Hey Aries, how are you this evening? I'm Sherilyn, and I'm doing really well. No, I'm here to do your weekend bonus reading. This one is going to be for May 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. We're going to do it the way we always do. We're going to call out all 12 signs. When I call a sign out, whoever comes to your mind first, that's who we're talking about. I'll pull 2 cards for each. It's just to give you some sort of insight as to the current dynamic between the two of you. At the bottom, I will give you 2 cards each for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's to try to give you some sort of a heads up as to what might be coming towards you this weekend. The hope is that it will make it more easily navigated by you. That's what we're hoping. To just slide right through it. No problems, but we'll see. Okay? All right. This one is for my Aries. All right. If you are an Aries, currently dealing with another Aries, or possibly talking to yourself, right? What do we get? I've got the Ace of Swords. Oh, I got candy right there. And the 5 of Wands. So I feel as though you're trying to tell yourself that you need the truth before you compete for something, or the truth. You're conflicted right now about whether or not you want to fight for something. And you're trying to find out what the truth is behind the matter. Like you feel that there's an opportunity to fight for something, and rather than let your ego get away from you, you're trying to find out what the truth of the situation is, because you feel as though possibly you're being deceived here. That's what I got on that. If you are an Aries, currently dealing with a Taurus, I have the Knight of Wands and the Fool card. This Taurus is viewing you as somebody who is definitely impulsive. You're very Aries-like. Isn't that fun? No. Very much so impulsive at times. I got to be honest, it feels like this Taurus is viewing you as somebody who's acting very foolishly right now. That's the way I see this. I don't know. It doesn't mean that it's true, but it's how they see it. All right. If you are an Aries currently dealing with a Gemini, I have the 4 of Wands and the 9 of Pentacles. This Gemini feels as though you two are higher level soulmates. You were sent to be together at some point. It doesn't have to be romantically, but you definitely came into each other's lives for a reason. They are viewing you as somebody who's incredibly independent. Possibly too much so. Meaning I think that possibly this Gemini would like to develop something more with you, and you just don't seem to be giving them the time of day that they want. If you are an Aries dealing with a Cancer, I have the Page of Wands and the 6 of Swords. So this Cancer is viewing you as a free spirit. You know, you're somebody who's up for anything, always up for adventures, stuff like that. Lots of fun to be around. You're definitely trying to steer your life lately into calmer waters. I get the feeling this is a friend who likes to party with you or run around with you because you're fun. And lately you've slowed down a little bit. You're trying to eliminate some of the chaos. And maybe they don't like that part of so well. They'd rather you stayed crazy, right? If you are an Aries dealing with a Leo, I have Temperance and the 6 of Wands. This Leo feels as though public recognition or possibly even fame are on the cards for you. They feel as though it's coming. You just have to be patient. They see you as somebody who everything seems to go right for. There's a little bit of envy here. They don't see all the work you put into things. To them, you just stumble into wonderful things all the time. That's how they see it. If you are an Aries dealing with a Virgo, I have the Justice card and the King of Cups. That is weird. It's like the 3rd time in 3 different decks I get these 2 cards together. But anyways, the Justice card and the King of Cups. They feel as though you have the ability to bring total emotional stability or complete chaos and destruction emotionally. It's all up to you. And they feel like you have the ability to manifest whatever it is that you want. This is somebody who feels severely outgunned by you. I'm not sure in what context you know this person, but this almost feels like somebody that maybe that's who you were talking about not wanting to compete with, or you weren't sure if you should. Somebody who feels like they're in competition with you, but it doesn't feel like a fair fight because you feel levels above them. If you are an Aries dealing with a Libra, I have the Star card and the 5 of Swords. So this Libra is viewing you as somebody there's a lot of conflict with right now. conflict is with the Libra. That's how I feel. They see you as somebody who could be very healing to them if they could just quit fighting with you. I don't know why you guys are fighting, but maybe you're too much alike. I don't know. If you are an Aries dealing with a Scorpio, I have the Three of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. The dynamic between you and the Scorpio should be you and the Scorpio, and there's a third person somehow involved in this situation. Does not mean it has to be romantically or that somebody's cheating, but there's definitely 3 people involved in a situation where there should be 2, is how I feel, okay? If you are a Aries dealing with a Sagittarius, I have the 8 of Wands and the Judgment card. With the 8 of Wands, I feel as though there's communication, or communication is the problem between you and the Sagittarius, huh? You and the Sagittarius are having a hard time opening up and talking to each other, it looks like. For that reason, judgment's being called in this situation. If you are an Aries dealing with a Capricorn, I have the Death card and the Queen of Swords. So this Capricorn sees you as somebody who's going through a tremendous transformation. They see you coming out of it as the Queen of Swords. You have your sword drawn. You're tired of the BS. You've been taken advantage of, or you've been lied to about to your limit. You don't want to deal with it anymore. Possibly by this Capricorn. It feels like that might be the way this plays out. If you are an Aries dealing with an Aquarius, I have the 7 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. This Aquarius absolutely sees you as somebody they know they could build with, but they know you have a lot of options and they're not sure who it is you're going to choose. That's how they feel. If you are an Aries dealing with a Pisces, I have the Page of Pentacles and the Strength card. This Pisces is viewing you as somebody who has a ton of inner strength, and you are currently trying to rebuild your life and your foundation so that you can build on top of it. This feels almost parental to me, or somebody that, definitely somebody that's known you like your whole life, is this one. They are proud of you, but that's how they see you. For Friday, I have the 5 of Pentacles and the Hermit. So there was a situation here where you felt ostracized or left out in the cold, and you have pulled your energy back to reassess it. On Saturday, I have Page of Swords and the Chariot. You're looking for clarity as to why whatever happened on Friday happened. But you're only looking for a minute, and then you're going to get in the Chariot and ride away, you know. On Sunday, I have the 8 of Pentacles and the Hierophant. You're trying to decide whether or not you want to be totally invested in a situation here. Morally or ethically, it's the right thing to do, I suppose, is how you're feeling, it looks like. But it's not what you want to do, it doesn't look like. So that's the battle on Sunday. Okay, that's what I see. It looks like a very Aries reading, really. It does. There's conflict. There's passion. Everybody wants a piece of you. You're not sure if you want it. It's regular Aries stuff. You're good. You will have a great weekend. No matter what the cards say, you go out and have the best weekend you possibly can. That is the only way to deal with it, right? That's it. Life's what you make it. I'll be back on Sunday to do your weekly readings, and that's the whole deal. I hope this somehow helps you, and you have a great night. Okay? Take care.